Hello snowboarders of the internet, I am your host TC and today I will be reviewing the Union Falcor. If you're interested in this binding or any other bindings that I mentioned in this video, make sure you're going down in that description and clicking those affiliate links, and that way you don't have to go searching the internet yourself. I rode these bindings at Steamboat Resort where it started off as a beautiful sunny day with some variable conditions. Towards the bottom it was a little bit softer. Up top it was pretty firm and crusty, and as the day went on it just got dark super fast. A storm was a-brewing. It didn't drop anything while I was riding there unfortunately, but it definitely changed the conditions to really just freeze and break everything up. And I'm pretty sure that the snow groomers didn't get paid that week because they didn't groom anything. They left those ball bearings out there, all of that chunky, nasty stuff. There was almost zero corduroy to be found, but hey, you know, people gotta pay those bills, and that's just what it is. I used my Ride Fuse boots and my Jones Stratos board. When we're talking adjustability on the Falcor, it is very standard for the Union line in general, where if you wanna move your heel cup, you just unscrew the ladder housing and the strap housing, unscrew them, you can pull it back, push it forward, you're all good there. You can also pull those screws all the way out and it rotate this Highback. I don't recommend it because Union actually designs their bindings so you don't have to, but if you're just an old school guy, you could totally do that. As we move on to the forward lean adjuster, you'll notice that it is on a screw system, so I'd recommend doing that before you get out on the mountain because, you know, not a lot of people do carry a screwdriver with them. As we make our way to the straps now, you'll notice that they are on a double pin system for the ankle here, so what I would recommend, either getting a flathead screwdriver, popping it in there and twisting, and it'll pop those out. If you don't have one and you need to do it on the fly, just put your thumb underneath here and you can just pry it open, pop them, push them back together. You're good to go. They'll stay set for you. And then as we move our way down to the toe here, it is on this little flip tab, so make sure that you're flipping it all the way open to unscrew it. If you're gonna do it by hand, you can also put a screw in or a screwdriver in there and do it that way if you just went a little hulk on it the first time and just can't get it, but that's nice and easy. And then you can adjust where this toe ladder sits. So you can actually push down, slide back, and pull up, or vice versa, and you'll be all good to go there. The one thing to note with that is, because it is a sealed casing underneath, it's not gonna allow you to really push down and feel it slide back, so you're just gonna kind of have to muscle it a little bit more, but it'll be all good there. And as you're mounting this, you will have a mini disc with it, so you can micro adjust, but just keep that in mind. It's not that full-size disc, so you're not really gonna get a huge stance range there. So just keep that in mind, find those right screw holes for it, and then get it done that way. These, in my opinion, are some of the, if not the best straps on the market. They're insanely comfortable. Like, they're mind-blowingly comfortable, actually. When I was riding with them, my first run, I just had to trust that they were on. No matter how tight I ratcheted down, there were zero problems with them, where you do have a fully molded strap here, but then there's this little hammock in the back that actually gives you a little bit of movement there. So as you strap it down, it'll stretch for you, it'll mold around that ankle and be nice and comfortable. I tried my hardest and I couldn't feel these things. And it took me a few runs to get over that, where I had to just trust that those straps were still strapped in and I wasn't gonna fly out of my board or anything, but overall, crazy comfortable. As we move down to the toe strap here, you do have a harder exoskeleton, but then you have this pretty much just hammock of just soft rubber there, so it grips toe boxes really well. It gripped my square one extremely well, where I could just throw it down, strap in, and I knew this thing was gonna stretch for me. I rocked it both over the toe and on top because I just wanted to see if I could get any pressure points whatsoever, and I couldn't. I couldn't even feel this thing whatsoever. I would be turning, carving real aggressive, and just have to look down and make sure that the toe strap was on and the ankle was still on, but trust me, I had zero problems with them. Some of the most comfy straps I've ever ridden. Like, even padded straps wise, these things are more comfortable. So if you're looking for a nice, super comfortable strap, these would be the ones I would highly recommend for you. When we're talking ratchets, they do this thing where Union started doing this and I didn't really like it at first, but now that I've ridden them a little bit more, I kind of don't really mind it anymore. But as you get these things snug on your boot, you'll notice it's only going to want to give you 1 or 2 clicks. You're not getting the most clicks per pull out of these bindings, but you know, it doesn't strip the teeth either on these things. As you can tell, these things look like they've never been ridden, and I put these through the ringer. I was trying to ratchet down as hard as possible, see if I could get any wear and tear going there, and I couldn't. So overall, they're growing on me. They're solid. There's really no play whatsoever. Like, you can't even pick it up on my microphone. Like, they don't move. What moves is gonna be just that strap there. Otherwise, there is no play whatsoever. Nice and easy to grip. I will say that the release on them, not the biggest, but it doesn't have to be. I had 0 problems just putting my fingers underneath and just having them release. So overall, solid ratchets. You know, they're ratchets. They've been figured out by now. Since I have you here and you're loving this video, you might as well like, subscribe, click that bell, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our scheduled programming. When we're talking Highback, the first thing you'll notice is all of this space and then this wishbone in the back. And that's gonna be forged carbon, so it is super responsive heel to toe. And it even feels very responsive laterally as well. Since it does have a nice arc on it, it will grip your boot really well and hold you in there. Since it isn't super wide, you do get some lateral play to it, but don't expect a whole lot there. It is definitely gonna be on that stiffer, more responsive side. And the main thing that you guys have to remember is when you get on a chairlift, put it down. Forged carbon doesn't like to flex. It's made pretty much from the same material that Lamborghini rims are made out of. So those things aren't made to flex, and neither is this. You get a Highback on this thing, or sorry, you get a chairlift on your Highback, it's gonna snap it. It's just gonna put all 1,000 pounds of pressure on it and just snap this thing. So keep that in mind, kick it down, push it back up when you get up, you'll be good to go there. As I mentioned before, you can rotate this Highback by taking these screws out, shifting it, putting them back in, you'll be good to go. And then you will need a screwdriver to adjust that forward lean. I really like the flex more on this one than they had on the previous models, where it doesn't feel like it has as much lateral play to it. Where before it felt like they just had like a Stratos chassis on it, and this year it doesn't feel quite like that because they put this large bushing, which doesn't allow for as much roll side to side. The straps and the Highback are gonna be on the stiffer end, but these straps do allow a little bit of lateral play there, so you're not totally locked in. It provides enough lateral movement that you can load up ollies and shift that weight, but it's not so much that you're gonna just totally just shift out of it like an Ultra or a Strata is. So keep that in mind. It's not gonna be like total foot clamp on you. And it does have that small disc, so it will allow that board to flex freely underneath the binding. And the best part is, this is soft, so it's not going to create that hard surface for when you really flex into your board to snap it on it. This will actually move with the board. This binding might be one of the most comfortable bindings I've ever ridden. Just period, in general, it's comfortable. Like, those straps mixed with this base are crazy comfortable, where you don't feel the straps, and this base is nice and damp. It really cuts down on all vibrations. Even when I was going over all those death cookies and all of that nasty chundery snow, I didn't feel it. I could hear it coming through my board. I couldn't feel it coming through my legs. And by the end of the day, even after like just hauling through all that stuff, I didn't have any problems with them. They just cut down on all those vibrations. My legs felt great at the end of the day. Truly a comfortable binding. I know it's not made to be a comfort binding, but it is. This thing is amazing. I know Travis really only rides powder, but I mean, you could take this thing on a groomer day on the East Coast where you guys haven't gotten snow in months, and you're still gonna love what's going on. You're not gonna feel all that nasty crud underneath your feet. You're gonna be able to charge and have a great time on this thing without any leg or foot fatigue. This binding could be for a lot of different customers, actually. It could be for that absolutely all-out ripper that just needs something that's gonna put up with all the abuse they're gonna just literally give it, where they're gonna be go riding free ride, super hard charging, that sort of thing. Go take it to the groomers, go take it to the park, whatever. But the other customer for this binding would be somebody who's just kind of cruising with the family, looking to have a nice comfortable binding, but still be able to do everything on it, where it's like, hey, I got a few different boards. This one's for the family, this one's for riding with the boys. I need one set of bindings to be able to do that. And that's what these bindings will do for you. They'll be able to pretty much go anywhere, do anything, and keep your feet nice and happy. If you're looking for another way to get involved in the Angry Snowboarder community, head on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. What is it, you might ask? Sure, I could explain it here, but we have a great video over there getting into it really in depth. I actually loved this binding. Like, Terry Rice crushed it with this one, where I don't really normally like the products that he puts out. Like, his board isn't for me, his boots definitely aren't for me, but this binding is rad. They definitely took the time and really put in where it matters. Like before, I didn't like the chassis where it rolled a lot, and this one actually feels a little bit more responsive, a little bit more on top of it. But truly a great job by Union and Terry Rice himself. This thing is super fun, super like responsive, and just really comfortable. Like, I loved everything about this binding. It might be one of my favorite bindings I've ever ridden. Like, if it had skate tech, it would be a perfect binding, but it doesn't, so it's not perfect, but you know, nothing is. So, but this thing is nice and comfortable. I could take it, put it on my Super DOA, put it on my Stratos, put it on really any board that I own, and I know it's gonna work well. Like, this thing is awesome. I can't say how good of a job you guys did on this thing. I really like this binding. It has crushed it for me. I think it'll crush it for you guys too. I would highly recommend picking these guys up. Comparable bindings: the Rome Katana Pro, the Jones Mercury, and the Salomon Quantum. As always, guys, I've been your host, TC, and this has been my review of the Union Falcor. If you're not totally sold on this binding, why don't you go check out one of the comparable bindings, and that way you know exactly what you're getting.